So everything that we deal with game companies is kind of a business deal. At least that's the way I look at it. We as the players are the most powerful part of the industry. And that's why I always talk about how important it is to stay united and not get stuck on silly arguments. But sometimes you have to, and you try to figure out what's the best direction for a game. Now, the easiest way to get what you want out of any deal, like we're always trying to make with the game companies and the industry at large, is to be able to align what's in your best interest. And if you don't have to make an argument, then don't. Just show that it's in the person's best interest, and it doesn't even matter what you think about it. And you get what you want almost naturally. Now, in this case, I don't particularly care about the Wuthering Waves rewards, but I do want what's best for the game. What disappoints me the most is the same thing that should be disappointing to Kuro, which is the results of the live stream. And now that we're far enough away, we can look back and kind of make some objective judgments that aren't dependent on whether you are contented with the rewards or you are a disappointed beggar player, but really just what was the intention of the anniversary in the first place. And there is some confusion about that, and I want to clear that up. The anniversary is not about the past. It's about incentivizing business for the future. Anytime any business talks about loyalty and rewards, they're using it as an incentive to buy your business. They're saying, hey, we want you to do future business with us, and here's what we'll offer you to incentivize you sticking around. That's what they're calling loyalty. They're not really trying to pay you for transactions that already closed. That would be kind of weird. So in this case, you created good content. You're looking forward to the next year of the game. You have a lot of incredible things. You invested a lot of money in the actual presentation. So it's a good promotional tool, but the actual promotion was so questionable that no one's talking about anything else. That's the first problem. That's why I put on the thumbnail, Zani deserves better. That nobody's talking about this, that you beat the Gunnar allegations with 37 pulls, and nobody even paid attention to Zani's little air split, and that her legs are the clocks of her legs are the arms of the clock. I'm like, how's nobody talking about this besides me? It's because everyone's arguing about trying to figure out if the rewards are better than Genshin. And you can very simply say, is that what you sat down in the room when you were planning this anniversary? Was that the outcome you wanted? For everyone to pull their calculators out and figure out if you were better than other games? Or did you want people to talk about Zani? Because they're not. Or to talk about Sia? Because they're not. Or your new gameplay modes? Because they're not. Did you want them to invite their friends because they're so excited about the rewards? Because they're not, even if they're content. So you can just say objectively, you did not accomplish your intent. And that's the easiest argument to make. And I think in this case, that's actually the only one I care about. What I care about in these games, I don't care about the rewards. I care about the people that it draws. I pay for the game in excess of obviously what it costs to get a character to play a game like this, because I want a huge community to share it with. I want to look up the lore in a video on YouTube, and I want to see silly content. I want the whole chat to go crazy every time there's a trailer. Like that hype, it's like going to a football stadium by yourself or with 20,000 screaming fans. That's the difference between a game like this, and that's what makes it worth the exorbitant cost. You know you're paying for a lot of people. So anytime you're failing to invite lots of people, that's kind of when you fail me as a player and as a spender, because I'm like, oh, that's what I'm paying for. Especially if you have to apologize for your own promotion. Seems like it's pretty obviously a mistake. So how do you fix it? What would have worked better? First of all, the idea that you need to constantly outdo yourself, that's not it. We're stupid monkeys. You just have to trigger our monkey brain. 37, 47, 57. Don't tell anything to a player who doesn't have an account and knows exactly what that means for their personal account. So as much as people were saying it's for attracting new players, it's actually only beneficial to people who know exactly what it means for their account. If I tell someone who's not playing the game, they're like, okay. And that's why no one's talking about it. But if you said, but you saw what happened when you gave 3 standard characters, a standard weapon, and a limited character. Now, you had the same negativity then against you. People saying that, oh, you're just doing that because it's a bad game. That's obviously not true. You can't promote a bad game. To promote a bad product, it just buries you faster, because then everyone tells, well, I don't know why you promoted this. This is terrible. And they tell everybody. Conversely, you promote a good product and you have good marketing, right? Especially through your players' words of mouth. And that's why that promotion, those rewards are so important, because they are the incentive and the FOMO to go out and tell everyone, this is what we're getting. And so, yeah, you just do the same thing that you did last year because you already have a winning formula. Can you afford it? If you afforded it last year and you found success, then use that as your bare minimum. You at least know this works. The only reason, I'll just play devil's advocate because, and trying to figure out how people make decisions like this in the first place is if you're not ready for the business. Like I said, you don't promote a bad product if you're not confident that you can deal with the ramifications of inviting everyone to play your game, basically. Then you don't promote it that well. And that's kind of what 37 Pulls sounds like. Like, don't go tell everyone. And I don't know, that's why I think it's unreasonable from the look of the content. It looks like you're ready, but I'm just saying that's the only reason from a business standpoint that I would say, okay, yeah, you don't want to do a promotion that's going to bring everybody in. Like Burger King did with their 20-piece nuggets for $2. Yeah, they got me in there. I tried them. They were terrible. I threw them out and I told everybody. So that was a bad promotion. So that's really it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Like I said, the best case to make is when your interests align with the other party to the discussion, the other party of the business deal. And in this case, I think we're all aligned that we would rather Zanny and Sia and the content you actually promoted to be trending rather than you apologizing for your own promotion and everyone talking about Genshin and HSR again. Not that I have anything against those games. I'm just saying that's obviously not what you were looking for with your money spent. It seems like an opportunity missed. I think everyone in the community can finally agree on that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll see you next time.